I think like Othello is kind of like the typical like man in the sense that he he's like very like in the movie he's like depicted as like strong and like kind of like a brute, and then like when he just saying like, and then when he like finds out about Desdemona like cheating on him, he's like furious and like he doesn't even like think about like what would happen, and he gets like angry and like irrational. And I think that a lot of the times like men are depicted like that, as they're just like they don't like think before they like do things, and they're angry. And, yeah.
They're all angry.
Like, you know,
they're angry.
Are they?
I think it was it Rodrigo? He was the one that was like crying and like saying he was gonna kill himself or like drown himself. I think he kind of takes on like a kind of a feminist role, I guess, because like in that time period, or like I think the way Shakespeare depicted men as like they don't cry, like they don't like fall, like I don't know what the word is, like they don't like need like other people. Yeah, they're not like sensitive and stuff. And I think Rodrigo really like went against this because he was like crying and like he didn't know what to do, and then he had to like go to Iago for help.
I think also both Rodrigo and Cassio had like sort of feminine qualities in that, not like this is like all girls, but like back then, they were both like really taken advantage of by Iago, and so like they were tricked into his plan, and like one of them like was like got drunk like for no reason. Like it was like they were all just like pawns in Iago's game, and I feel like that like it tends to be how women are portrayed sometimes, and so I think that's like another way that it was shown.
I think men are pretty sensitive, but the other reason that is that like when Othello found out that like she was cheating on him, like when he heard about that, like he was just so heartbroken. You know, he started crying at the moment, and that shows that men have feelings. You know,
well, like I'm never here telling you that I'm proud about cheating.
They can you know, express their love to women.
Yeah,
It's supposed to take it
That's really sweet, Mike.
Congratulations. Alright, here you go.
Okay, so I think Rodrigo was kind of portrayed as like a hopeless romantic, and he was, even though he was devastated that Desdemona wasn't with him, he still had like a positive outlook on love, and he thought that it could maybe be possible for him if Iago made it possible. But in contrast to Iago's character, he was kind of like negative about the whole thing, and he didn't really think that anything would work out between Desdemona and Othello because he was like blinded by his own hatred for Othello. So it kind of just like contrasted the two. I don't know if you could call them like a feminine view of love and a masculine view of love, but somehow they kind of relate like that. Does Amelia's death show her support or disbelief in feminist equality?
I think it shows her support because like she dies because she like stands up for like expressing her thoughts, and like and she even like says before she like tells the truth of like what happened, she even says like, I know this isn't my place, because like it's typically not allowed for like women to speak up, but she does anyway and says like the truth of what happened.
She also stands up for like her mistress, like she says like my mistress Desdemona, and she like supports her, and like them being the only like two female roles in the play, I think that definitely shows her support, because she's like supporting like the life that Desdemona had, and like just like making sure like she sets things right as much as she could. And I think she kind of knew that she was going to get punished for what she said. I don't think she knew she was going to die, but like she was like willing to take that risk to support Desdemona and make sure like Othello knew the truth. So I think that shows her support.
All right, we're going to go to final comments.
That's it.
I agree. Yeah.
All right, give them a hand. Real good. Here we go.
Oh.
already say my favorite comment? Okay, my favorite comment was the one where, well, I obviously liked when Mike started talking about how he thought, like, the guys were sensitive and stuff, because, I don't know, that was a little bit of a curveball.
My favorite comment was Monica's, when she said that Iago had painted a picture of himself that was so convincing that Othello had no choice but to kind of believe him over Desdemona.
I like Natalie's comment when she had a little foresight into the situation that if Othello had cheated on Desdemona, the punishment would have been very different and not as severe.
I liked Monica's comment too about where she said that Iago's voice overpowered the females because of like how he painted himself to be, and that no matter what his plan was probably going to succeed.
I like when Sabina pointed out how there's like only 2 female characters in the play, and how this just like shows that their role is like already not as important.
I have to say that I liked Mike's comment about guys having feelings. I feel that that was a true statement, and I feel that people overstated that men are heartless bastards.
I liked Dana's comment at the beginning, how she was talking about how Shakespeare was kind of known to depict women as more of objects than like servants.
That was my comment.
Say it again. Yeah, I really liked how Dana talked about women as objects and kind of related it to slavery and stuff.
I liked Mike's comment about how guys are like sensitive at times, and then I also liked how my boy Mike, and then also Dana's comment about the women being more of an object rather than an actual character in Shakespeare's plays.
I basically like the whole conversation about the feelings, because you got what the girls thought, and then you got what Big Man over here thought. So.
Hey, he has the ovaries to be in this, so I don't know if you can call him Big Man.
I forget whose comment it was, but I like the comment where they talked about how Emily like stood up to kind of like the racial or the sexist stereotypes, and like she took a stand for Desdemona.
I like Hannah's comment about how Desdemona's father, Brabantio, like when he swears, like say, like she'll deceive you too, like that's like when the seed of suspicion was like planted in Othello.
Birthday boy.
Thank you.
I like Monica's comment about how Iago kind of like built himself up, preparing for this revenge by like telling everybody he was like honest Iago. Yeah.
Not to go all feminist, but I really liked how the conversation was going towards feelings, but I think Mayank's reference and his assertion to talk about how it affects men is a pretty solid reference to how the system works.
Yeah, just